You ever wish sometimes that it would have been easier just to stay in hearsay?
I miss all the drama. Come on now.
But what I think is amazing, when you look, and a lot of people will forget talent show pop stars, and you come to light on that, and then, and I applaud you for this, you have really proven, you've really got your acting credentials, haven't you, over the years on Corrie?
Thank you.
But you have.
I've been given some amazing opportunities, and I realise how very lucky I am that, you know, I was given the chance that I was given. I was well aware that it was a bit of a risk for them to take Kym Marsh from hearsay.
Because you weren't an actress. I mean, you hadn't...
No, I wasn't. Didn't have any formal training.
Or...
No, I didn't. I did a 6-month stint in the West End playing Annette in Saturday Night Fever, and from that got an agent, and then went on and got a couple of little bits in Doctors and Holby City, and then got an audition for 4 eps on Coronation Street.
That's all it's supposed to be, 4 episodes?
Yeah, nearly 13 years later. I'm still there.
And does Corrie come easy to you? Do you relate it to, I'm not going to say like the storylines in real life, but there are parts of your real life, grief and tragedy and everyday living and the sort of person you are, and, you know, I know the rest of your family and things. I mean, there is, you know, the character and the way you talk and whatever it is very natural.
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of similarities between myself and Michelle. You know, she's had a bit more bad luck than I have. But there are a lot of similarities between us. She's just the girl next door, isn't she? And I think my mum and dad, well, you know that. My mum and dad will tell you that I am just the girl next door and always have been. But I love her. I think she's great. I love the sarcasm, which I like to kind of base on my sister.
Yeah.
My sister's the most sarcastic woman that I know.
And actually, I think her relationship with Carla is like that. They have that sarcasm, and they can fall out, and then they can still love each other.
They do, yeah. Carla and Michelle are, you know, they love each other so much, and there's a lot of loyalty there between them. And they might fall out, but they always come back together again. And Ali's one of my best friends in real life, so that helps.
It does help. So, Corrie this week, is 9 o'clock after the watershed.
Yeah.
So this is the whole Phelan has come back to the square, to the street, sorry. How much can you tell us about this week without getting yourself into trouble?
That's all been in the papers.
Give us a teaser.
Well, yeah, I think we know that, you know, obviously Phelan's back. He's back I think, you know, he's come back, obviously, to see Nicola and the baby, because she's just had the baby. And he's back to see her, and he wants to see her and see his grandchild. But I think, you know, he's brought back to the street by, obviously, we saw Gary Windass bring him back last night, because Gary very much wants revenge, I think, doesn't he?
Because his mum's in prison.
Because his mum's in prison because of him. And you would never imagine that Michelle would get anywhere near this story, because there's not really been any connection, really, between Michelle and Robert and Phelan at all. So when I was told that we were involved in this story, I was literally clapping my hands, because it's such an amazing thing. I mean, as actors, we love the drama, you know, and I think to be involved in such a huge exit storyline is just...
And this is exit for Conor McIntyre, who brilliantly plays...
Oh, he's wonderful.
Pat Phelan. And what do you make... A lot of people are saying... Well, not a lot of people. Some people are saying, oh, this has got a bit dark now. This is a bit dark. The fact that it has to be at 9 o'clock after the watershed.
Yeah.
You know, it's getting too dramatic.
Yeah. I think we have to keep up with other shows. I mean, this is the sign of the times, you know. You look at every show, you know, they're all moving with it.
Hollyoaks, East
Well,
End,
you remember, Emmerdale used to be called Emmerdale Farm, and it was about sheep and cows, and now it's not. You know, it just is... That's natural progression. And I think if we didn't do that, we'd be way behind in the ratings and everything else. And week on week, we're doing so well with the viewing figures.
And actually, and there has been a lot of praise for, you know, particularly storylines recently, Aidan's suicide, you know, issues that need highlighting, because it's real life.
Well, I think that's one of the great things about soap, is that we can bring things into people's living rooms without people realising it. We're actually raising awareness, helping educate people about real issues, things that do go on in real life, however comfortable that might be for people to watch. You know, we are kind of... We are governed by Ofcom, and we do, you know, we have to kind of make sure that what we're doing is correct, and it's highlighting serious issues and it's doing them justice, and we are doing that, and I think it's important.
So you've had a lot of big storylines in the middle of a very big one now. So does this... We know you...
shot. Yeah. She's been shot.
We know
what I want to know is, has your contract been renewed or reviewed? There's a difference.
Well, there was reports that it had been renewed, but is that a red herring?
Ah.
Just saying.
Where does she get shot?
In the abdomen. Yeah.
It's always a bad place.
Yeah, terrible. It's quite funny because having never been shot, thankfully,
Yes.
I had to do a lot of research and guesswork, and so hopefully.
No, I do remember there's a John Wayne film, The Shootist, and he shoots the guy in the belly, as he says, because it'll take him longer to die. You bleed more.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's not nice.
It's not
not
nice.
nice,
Not,
but
not-
anyway.
Terrible time.
not a way to go. But the good thing is you won't die immediately from a belly wound, so there's time to get you to the hospital and fixed up. That's the only
There
good
is.
This is Eamonn's theory.
There is.
This
The dress
the
is
theory of
ruined,
Eamon
though.
Hurst.
Dress is ruined.
Never get to wear
I'll
that
never
again.
get to wear that again.